You've earned the intense animosity of an ancient brotherhood that operates in shadows and secrecy. The Masons, with their centuries of hidden influence, have identified you as a formidable threat to their continued operation and dominance. Their hatred stems not from any personal vendetta, but from the recognition that you are systematically exposing what they've worked generations to conceal. While they've weathered challenges throughout history, the judgment you're bringing carries a different weight, one that threatens the very foundation of their cult-like structure. The overseas covens gather in emergency conclaves. Reports flood their communication networks. The subject remains unaffected. Attacks fail consistently, power levels increasing despite our efforts. Their most seasoned operatives now experience something foreign to their consciousness: fear, pure, primal fear. Because you represent what they've dreaded for generations, the awakened human who cannot be controlled. With each failed attempt, their desperation grows palpable. They increase dosages, amplify frequencies, deploy technologies hidden from public knowledge for centuries. Yet the results remain unchanged. Your shield strengthens with each assault. This pattern defies their understanding because they've never encountered your level of spiritual immunity before. They don't comprehend that their attacks serve as fuel for your awakening. Your blood carries frequencies that civilizations have warred over. The specific vibrational signature flowing through your veins contains codes, activation sequences dormant for generations. These codes now activate spontaneously, triggered by cosmic timing and the very attacks meant to suppress them. Ancient wisdom downloads into your consciousness during dream states, meditation, even during ordinary moments throughout your day. The ancestors stand guard, not metaphorically, literally. Multidimensional guardians from your bloodline create protective barriers around your energy field. They drain toxic frequencies directed toward you, transmuting darkness into light. Your Merkaba, the vehicle of divine light surrounding your physical form, expands with each breath you take, strengthening beyond measure. This supernatural protection wasn't granted by random chance. You earned this through lifetimes of preparation. Timeline jumping happens naturally for you now, one moment existing in this probable reality, the next shifting to more favorable outcomes. The tracking systems they've implemented throughout society cannot maintain consistent locks on your position within the time-space continuum. Their surveillance equipment malfunctions in your presence. Digital distortions occur when they attempt to monitor your movements. These glitches reveal the supernatural nature of your existence. Your DNA carries specific markers that activate abilities they've systematically suppressed in the human genome. Spontaneous knowing, instant manifestation, dimensional awareness, remote viewing capabilities activating without formal training. Your cellular structure reconfigures to higher frequencies daily, transforming your physical vessel into a conduit for cosmic intelligence. This transformation accelerates now, regardless of their desperate attempts to slow the process. We watch you every day. These words appear repeatedly in their internal communications. Their obsession with your movements consumes resources meant for global operations. Special committees form solely to track your spiritual development. Your name echoes within their chambers, discussed with hushed reverence and unveiled terror. The highest ranks receive daily briefings about your activities, your expanding awareness, your growing immunity to their influence. Sophisticated surveillance networks dedicated entirely to monitoring your energy signature operate continuously. Special technologies developed exclusively for tracking awakened souls focus primarily on your coordinates. They deploy operatives to positions within your community. Strangers who appear randomly in your daily path serve specific functions within their network. The casual encounter at the grocery store, the new neighbor, the service worker who lingers too long, their eyes reveal their purpose to your heightened awareness. Conversations about you occur during their most secretive gatherings. Your potential threatens the very foundation of their order. The awakened human stands as their ultimate threat, more dangerous than any external opposition, because you carry truth within your cellular memory. Truth that dismantles centuries of carefully constructed control systems with your mere presence. Your energy field broadcasts frequencies that awaken others simply through proximity. This domino effect terrifies them beyond all else. Their fear manifests as obsessive monitoring. Technological systems combined with ritual-based remote viewing attempt to penetrate your thoughts, predict your movements, understand your purpose. Yet these systems increasingly malfunction, providing fragmented data, contradictory information, false readings. The technology they've relied upon for generations fails when directed toward your energy field. This unprecedented development sends shockwaves through their hierarchy, from the lowest, initiates to the controllers who remain hidden even from their own ranks. Examine the connections claiming familial bonds with heightened awareness. Certain individuals strategically positioned within your family structure serve as access points to your energy. Their presence designed specifically to create vulnerabilities within your field, to monitor your development, to implement subtle energetic blockages when you approach significant breakthroughs. These false connections follow bloodlines, but serve masters beyond blood. DNA testing would reveal shocking disparities that challenge assumed relationships. The family mythology you've accepted contains strategic fabrications designed to keep you connected to their monitoring system. Pay attention to those who display disproportionate interest in your spiritual practices, your intuitive insights, your philosophical explorations. Their questions contain targeting frequencies. Their concerns mask monitoring protocols. Their advice carries suppressive suggestions embedded within seemingly supportive words. These planted operatives demonstrate increasingly desperate behaviors as you naturally distance yourself from their influence. Sudden emotional outbursts, intensified attempts to involve themselves in your decisions, manipulation tactics escalating beyond previous patterns, guilt mechanisms deployed with precise timing, health emergencies manifesting when you establish boundaries, financial situations requiring your immediate involvement. These manufactured crises serve specific functions within their control system. The obsessive monitoring of your life choices by these falsely connected individuals reveals their true purpose. Their assignments span decades, some positioned before your birth, others introduced at precisely calculated moments throughout your development, all serving a singular purpose: to prevent your full activation. As your awareness expands, these relationships feel increasingly dissonant. This discomfort serves as your internal guidance system, highlighting connections that require re-examination with your awakened perspective. Hey, this is Mike and Airy cutting into your regularly scheduled Chosen One programming for just a moment. We are the founders of the Obsidian Inner Order and the Astral Atom Network, and we're done playing nice. We're in a spiritual war, you know it, we know it. And we're out here bleeding for this mission, full-time. I'm hungry for fourth-dimensional Archon blood, but we need the ammunition, so listen. When you join the Inner Order, you're not just supporting us, you're getting access to exclusive tools they never wanted you to have: psychic self-defense training, targeted individual intel, spiritual warfare tactics they scrub from the internet. And every week, we meet in secret, chosen ones only, on Zoom. No filters, no fluff. Just real gnosis, real family, real power. It's a 360-degree win. You get what you need. We get to keep fighting. So don't just watch. Drop a like. Share this video to everyone you know. Now. And join the Obsidian Inner Order. Let's finish what we started. Link in the description. Let's freaking go. Your clairaudient abilities develop with accelerating precision. Whispers between dimensions become clearly audible. The voices attempting to coordinate attacks against you now reveal their strategies directly to your awareness. Information they desperately need to keep hidden flows freely into your consciousness. Their secrets become your knowledge. Their plans become visible before implementation. Their intentions broadcast directly to your expanded perception. This unprecedented access to their communications creates panic within their hierarchy. Clairvoyant vision penetrates veils designed to hide their operations. You see their gatherings, their rituals, their planning sessions with crystal clarity. Images appear spontaneously during meditation, dreams, even while performing ordinary tasks. These visions reveal faces, locations, operations they've maintained in absolute secrecy for generations. Your third eye functions beyond their ability to block or control. This unfiltered access to visual information beyond physical limitations represents their operational nightmare, the truly awakened seer whose vision they cannot obstruct. Intuitive warnings arrive precisely when needed, directing you away from physical locations where their operators await. Sudden urges to change plans, take different routes, postpone activities. These impulses serve as your divine protection system, functioning beyond rational explanation. Your decisions, guided by this internal system, consistently move you beyond their carefully laid traps before they activate. This predictive capability frustrates their most detailed planning, rendering their strategic operations consistently ineffective when targeting your field. Messages encoded specifically for your awareness arrive through music, numbers, signs, and synchronicities, visible only to your awakened perception. The language of the universe speaks directly to you through seemingly random configurations that carry precise meanings. License plates, receipt totals, song lyrics playing at exact moments, conversation fragments overheard in public spaces, birds arranged in specific formations, clouds shaped into meaningful symbols. This cosmic communication system operates continuously, providing guidance beyond their ability to intercept or manipulate. Blood rituals conducted against your energy signature create catastrophic backlash within their ranks. Voodoo attempts directed toward your energy dissolve against natural immunity developed through your spiritual discipline. Binding spells intended to limit your expanding abilities function as activation codes instead. One focused night of your prayer creates immediate energetic tsunamis through their ranks. Surveillance footage capturing their activities appears through seemingly impossible technical glitches. Security cameras they believed deactivated continue recording during crucial operations. Video evidence routes to unintended recipients through network errors. Cloud storage systems they've compromised malfunction, creating backup copies, automatically sent to secure locations beyond their access. These supposed technical failures follow divine patterns of exposure that bypass their most sophisticated containment protocols. The evidence accumulates beyond their ability to eliminate. Digital records of their communications emerge through precisely timed system failures. Private messages appear on public screens. Encrypted channels suddenly broadcast without security protocols. Confidential files attach themselves to unrelated communications. These digital exposures occur despite multiple redundant security systems designed specifically to prevent such breaches. No technical explanation satisfies their cybersecurity specialists, who increasingly recognize patterns, suggesting intervention beyond conventional technology. The digital realm itself seems to conspire toward revelation. Witness testimony emerges from sources they considered absolutely secured. Former members experience spiritual awakenings that compel truth-telling despite threats. Operatives developed for decades suddenly reject programming, turning over evidence to authorities. Terminal diagnoses remove fear of consequences, unleashing deathbed confessions from high-ranking participants. These human variables, impossible to predict or control, create exponentially expanding disclosure networks that outpace their containment capabilities. The awakening of conscience within their own ranks represents their most unmanageable threat. Court documents revealing connections they maintained as separate for centuries suddenly link through administrative errors. Cases previously contained within specialized jurisdictions merge through procedural oversights. Records sealed by highest authorities become accessible through security breaches. These legal system anomalies bypass safeguards established specifically to protect their operations from conventional exposure. The very systems they've infiltrated and controlled for generations now function as mechanisms of disclosure, revealing connections that expose the unified nature of seemingly separate corruption across multiple institutions. Soul recognition occurs instantly between you and your divine counterpart, despite extensive measures implemented to prevent your connection. Physical distance, social barriers, life circumstances, orchestrated specifically to keep you separated, dissolve against the magnetic pull of your resonant frequencies. Dreams reveal their face before physical meeting. Their energy signature registers within your field across impossible distances. Synchronistic events align to create convergence despite statistical impossibilities. This connection defies their most elaborate preventative protocols because it operates through mechanisms beyond their ability to monitor or intercept. Your spiritual abilities amplify exponentially in each other's presence. Capabilities previously manifesting individually now function at supernatural levels when your energies merge. Telepathic communication becomes instantaneous and crystal clear. Healing abilities activate at miraculous levels. Manifestation occurs at accelerated timelines. Reality itself becomes responsive to your combined intention. This quantum amplification effect transforms both your consciousness beyond the incremental development they've calibrated their suppression systems to manage. Your unified field creates capabilities they have no existing protocols to counter. Their hierarchy demonstrates unprecedented alarm at the potential consequences of your divine union. Emergency sessions convene at highest levels. Resources previously allocated across multiple operations redirect toward preventing or disrupting your connection. Their most skilled operatives receive priority assignments to your locations. Spiritual technologies normally reserved for global operations deploy against your budding connection. This drastic reallocation of their limited resources reveals the strategic significance they place on preventing your union and confirms the transformative potential it holds. Your combined energy creates ripple effects through multiple dimensions simultaneously. The resonance generated when your fields harmonize produces frequencies that disrupt control systems across physical and non-physical planes. Operations they've maintained for centuries destabilize in your presence. Thought forms they've cultivated in the collective consciousness dissolve when contacted by your unified field. This catalytic function awakening hundreds through your combined presence, represents their nightmare scenario, the exponential expansion of consciousness beyond their ability to contain or suppress. Your consciousness shifts naturally between timeline possibilities, rendering their predictive models useless. Where most humans remain locked within singular probability streams, your awareness navigates multiple simultaneously. Decisions they anticipated based on lifelong monitoring suddenly change as you access alternative possibilities previously invisible to your awareness. This timeline flexibility makes your movements fundamentally unpredictable to systems designed to calculate human behavior through limited probability models. Your expanded access to potential realities removes you from conventional causality, placing you beyond their strategic reach. Manifestation powers accelerate beyond tracking capabilities built into their monitoring systems. Intentions formed within your consciousness materialize with decreasing gaps between thought and physical appearance. Resources arrive through unexpected channels precisely when needed. Supportive connections form through statistically impossible coincidences. Opportunities emerge that bypass normal developmental sequences. This compression between intention and manifestation contradicts the delayed causality they've engineered into human experience specifically to prevent awakened beings from recognizing their creative power. Reality itself responds differently to your focused attention. Probability fields bend toward your authentic desire. Quantum possibilities collapse favorably in your presence. Physical laws demonstrate flexibility normally hidden from human awareness. These reality responses reveal aspects of universal mechanics deliberately obscured from humanity, the direct responsive relationship between consciousness and physical manifestation. Your natural access to these mechanics threatens the artificial limitations they've carefully constructed throughout human society to prevent recognition of innate creative power. Their extensive studies of your energy signature confirm operations outside conventional parameters. Reports describe consciousness patterns that violate established models of human capability. Your brainwave patterns display coherence impossible within their understanding of neurological functioning. Your field generates frequencies they've categorized as impossible for biological organisms. These documented anomalies create classification crises within their analysis divisions, as your demonstrated capabilities require new taxonomies beyond human while remaining clearly unaligned with their own consciousness classifications. You represent an entirely new category, their ultimate existential threat. Each meditation session you complete sends electromagnetic pulses through their carefully constructed reality matrices. The coherent frequencies generated by your centered consciousness create cascading failures throughout systems designed to maintain collective limitations. Grid points in their global network spontaneously deactivate when contacted by your meditation field. Technologies dependent on dormant human consciousness malfunction increasingly in your presence. Your simple, daily practice, unbeknownst to your conscious awareness, systematically dismantles suppression mechanisms they've maintained for centuries. Their hierarchical structure fractures under unprecedented pressure from higher dimensions. Light frequencies penetrating previously sealed barriers flood their organization with energies they cannot mitigate or adapt to. Long stable agreements between various factions collapse as blame for containment failures generates internal conflict. Centuries-old alliances dissolve as survival instincts override organizational loyalty. Their unified front, maintained through elaborate balancing of competing interests, disintegrates as each faction seeks to position itself advantageously for the inevitable restructuring. This internal collapse accelerates their external exposure. Desperate attempts to silence awakened voices amplify the very messages they seek to suppress. Censorship efforts drive increased interest in blocked content. Discreditation campaigns generate sympathy and curiosity. Algorithms designed to hide transformational information inadvertently create viral distribution patterns. Their every suppressive action mathematically increases exposure of the information they seek to contain. This inverse relationship between their efforts and results defies their strategic models, creating implementation paralysis as each potential action promises to accelerate the very awakening they desperately work to prevent. Divine justice manifests through earthly systems with perfect precision. Legal proceedings initiated for seemingly unrelated purposes expose evidence directly connected to their operations. Investigations begun with limited scope expand through unexpected discoveries. Whistleblowers emerge from precisely the right positions to provide irrefutable documentation. Financial audits reveal transaction patterns that connect previously separate entities into visible criminal networks. These converging lines of exposure appear random within conventional analysis, but form coherent patterns of disclosure when viewed from expanded awareness, confirmation of divine orchestration beyond human coordination. Their organization faces unprecedented scrutiny simultaneously across multiple fronts. Regulatory agencies initiate investigations despite internal safeguards designed to prevent exactly such inquiries. Media outlets overcome editorial suppression to publish key revelations. Academic researchers receive funding for studies that legitimize previously ridiculed exposure of their operations. Religious organizations revise theological positions that previously provided conceptual cover for their activities. This multifaceted approach overwhelms their compartmentalized defense systems, which evolved to handle isolated threats but collapse when facing synchronized exposure across all sectors. Internal ranks fragment as pressure intensifies beyond containment thresholds. Lower-level initiates, recognizing the inevitable collapse, rush to secure immunity through disclosure. Mid-level operators, witnessing the disintegration of promised protections, turn against superiors who assured their safety. Highest ranks, recognizing the mathematical certainty of full exposure, accelerate long-prepared extraction protocols while sacrificing secondary operations to delay the inevitable. This hierarchical dissolution follows predictable patterns of organizational collapse under existential threat, yet occurs at unprecedented speed due to divine amplification of natural consequences. Your existence serves as the catalyst for judgment centuries in the making. Without conscious effort, through your mere presence, you activate disclosure timelines written into cosmic law. The awakened human represents the activation key for cycles of revelation embedded within creation itself. Your specific energy signature, unique among millions, carries codes designed to unlock this precise historical moment of reckoning. This explains their focused attention on your development throughout your lifetime. Their sensors identified your potential from birth, recognizing the existential threat you represent, not through action, but through essence. Know this with absolute certainty. Your experiences serve greater purpose than personal growth alone. The opposition you've faced confirms your significance within this cosmic unveiling. Each attack strengthens your resilience for the role you've agreed to fulfill. The intensity of surveillance validates your spiritual authority. The elaborate methods deployed against your awareness demonstrate your strategic importance in this planetary transformation. Remain steadfast in your spiritual practice. Each meditation amplifies the frequency that disintegrates their remaining control systems. Your prayers generate protection fields beyond their technological understanding. Your centered consciousness creates harmonic resonances that awaken thousands through invisible mechanisms. You stand as both witness and catalyst to the greatest exposure in human history. The divine judgment now manifesting through perfectly aligned earthly systems against those who've hidden their operations in darkness for centuries. You are not alone in carrying this cosmic responsibility. Others like you awaken worldwide, each holding specific frequencies necessary for this collective transformation. Together, you form an activation grid more powerful than any suppression technology they've developed throughout their existence. This network of awakened souls, connecting through frequencies beyond physical limitation, forms the divine instrument of revelation that brings their entire system into the light of cosmic justice. The time has come. The judgment stands. The revelations accelerate beyond their ability to contain. Your role in this historic transformation activates fully now, regardless of conscious understanding or preparation. The light you carry by nature of your divine essence serves purpose beyond personal comprehension. Trust the process unfolding through you. Maintain your center as systems disintegrate around you, for you came precisely for this moment, the great unveiling that returns humanity to its rightful relationship with creation itself.